Hey guys, it's a beautiful day here in northeastern PA. It's still a little bit cold. It's early March, so we still have snow on the ground. But we have a lot of work to do. This will be episode 2 of the S2000 build. So let's get to work. So we're currently trying to prepare both cars. We have a DC Integra, and then we have the new S2000 that we're trying to develop. And there's a lot of work on both. The S2000 is coming along beautifully. We got a lot of work done and it finally started, which is fantastic. We had a big problem last week. I installed the Haltech Elite 1500, and for some reason, no matter what map I put on it, it wouldn't start. I wasn't sure if it was the Haltech or if it was the car. And that's where the problem began last weekend. I didn't get a lot of time to record because I was chasing this problem. Everything was wired up correctly. It was a plug and play harness. So essentially, it's just a matter of, connecting the Haltech to the existing ECU connectors, download a map, upload it to the ECU, and it should fire right up. But for some reason that wasn't working. So thanks to Jeff over at Evans Tuning, he sent me over a base map that he had, and it finally started to write up yesterday. So big relief, we can move forward now. Let me show you some of the things that we've done. So the dashboard is finished. It's secure. So I kind of mentioned this in the last video, but I installed the aim dash in the stock location where the original cluster went. So it's nearly a perfect fit. Actually, when you're looking at it and the steering wheel's on, the screen is in a perfect place. The only thing you don't see, for those that use the RPM indicator lights, the shift light, it does cover up the shift light a little bit. I can cut it so I can see it, but then there will be this weird gap. I don't really use the shift light, so I'm not concerned about it. And then also the top 2 warning LEDs, like the 5 over here and the first one up top. There are 8 of them. I don't use all 8. I think I use 3, so I have more than enough anyway, so no big deal. I can actually show you, have the ignition switch down here. Just flip the switch, display comes on, and then you have your screen like so. If I put the steering wheel on, that's pretty much what you see in the seating position. I got the aim communicating with the Haltech. It took me some time yesterday in wiring, but that's pretty much all done. Right here, mounted the window screen. Just put that in. It's a little tight because it's new. So we have the window net. Just waiting on some seat belts at this point. And on Thursday, we have a tuning session. So I'm just trying to get everything ready for the dyno. As you can tell, that fuzzy mess is gone on top of the fuel tank. A friend of mine actually helped me to remove that. This is a lot of work, a lot of adhesive, a lot of scraping. Sound deadening's been removed in certain areas. I still have a lot to go. There's sound deadening all over the place. There's some over there. There's that right there. That's about a pound, maybe more. Just that stuff. More there, more there. There's a ton in the back. Yeah, it's just all over the place. And then we get to the wing. I mentioned this in the first episode. I don't like the way this is mounted. I still haven't decided what to do, but it's not gonna stay like that for sure. I just don't like it. It looks terrible, and it's also been weakened. The S2000 trunks have a problem. They're notorious for lifting. As the wing, here, I'll try to get a better view on this. As you gain speed and the downforce increases on the wing, it starts pushing down on the back side of the wing and lifting up on this part. So what happens is the trunk begins to raise right here in the middle, and you start getting a warped trunk. But I'm super excited about these. I've never had a decent pair of splitter brackets, so I finally decided it's time, and a huge convenience, to get these race bred these splitter brackets, which essentially have a pin. That part mounts to the splitter. This will be the splitter, this wood. This part is mounted to the chassis, and then you literally just slide the splitter, if I can do this one-handed, onto that bracket. You put the pin in there, and then it's secure, and then you're good to go. And then same thing, you pull the pin, you want to take the splitter off, you just slide the splitter right off, and that's it. And the nice thing is, the angle, the setting, the height, it's already set, it's fixed on the car, so you don't have to. What I used to have to do is, I had some like basic splitter brackets, and I would have to set the pitch, set the height and everything every time I took the splitter off. And trying to get on and off the race trailer with the splitter sometimes was difficult, sometimes impossible. But overall, the good news is, like, we're getting closer. Every weekend, we get a little bit closer. I can't work on the car during the weekdays because I work in the city. So my time is limited to just weekends. And I try to maximize everything I have during the week, make sure I have all the right parts. Everything is here. I have a plan for the weekend, what I'm gonna be doing. Trying to record and do that. Sometimes I just get so caught up in maximizing my time here that I sometimes forget to, roll a camera, just because we're on such a, tight schedule time-wise, especially when getting both cars ready, because that car will be running Honda Challenge. We also might be running GLTC with this one. That's still, kind of in development. We're trying to figure out how we're going to execute that, because it's a different setup for GLTC than Honda Challenge. One, it's a completely different set of rules. So yeah, we have a lot of, not a lot, but like small things to kind of work out on that one. Like I said, both cars are going to the dyno on Thursday, so we're gonna get an idea of how we're doing power-wise. The S2000 is unknown. I have no idea. I think that the previous owner said he was running about 209 horsepower, which for Honda Challenge 1 honestly is kind of low, but everything will come in time. I'm just excited to get the S2000 on the track. It doesn't really matter, how competitive the car is in the first event or two. It's a car that I've wanted to have for my entire life on the track, not just a street car. I used to have an S2000 for the street, but I never imagined I had one on a track. I'm enjoying the process. I'm enjoying building the car. It's early March right now, so we only have a few more weeks and we get to play. Can't wait.